Geometry iPad students. This is Mr. Lane coming at you for the finish of section 4.6. This second part is going to include the secret words, so make sure you're paying attention to that. But more importantly, here's the last problem that we should have probably got to on the last video. Hopefully the volume is okay for you to hear me. I am doing it a little bit at a different location, so anyways, that will be a little bit difficult for you this morning. I'm going to go ahead and plot the points that are given to us. We got D at 5, 5. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to go, actually it's -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's that one. I hit clone so I can just pull the next point here, and then we're at -3. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and label that for us. So if you worked one of these problems, I would highly recommend that you labeled these so you can see where we're at. -3, -1, 1, 2, 3, -1 is right here, and label that again. That is E. There we go. And let's see, let's go ahead and clone the next point here. Boom. And we're at -2, -3, and that's probably going to be our first triangle there. So we're going to go ahead and label F. And then let's see, we've got to label this next triangle, so I'm going to go ahead and copy a new point here, clone it, and this triangle is going to be at -2, 1, and that will be, I'm going to label this in red, I guess. This will be G, and we've got 0, 5, so let's go ahead and clone this. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And that is going to be H. And then I, the point I, not myself, I, will be at 1, 1, 2, 3 right there. So let's label that real quick. And we're set, ready to go. You could go ahead and attach and draw your triangles if you wanted to. And notice that we're supposed to prove that angle DEF is congruent to angle GHI, and the only way we can prove that is to use the corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent, or CPCTC. But we need to have the triangles are congruent first. So only given the points here to prove that the two triangles are congruent, we probably need to find the kind of a long problem, but we need to find the distance between each of the points. So it goes back to our distance formula, which is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So we need to plug in each one of these into that and be able to show that each one of the side, or this side would be the same length as this side the same length as this side, and this side the same length as this side. And then we'd be able to tell that the two triangles are congruent, and then the corresponding parts are congruent. So that's where we're heading with this problem. Let's go ahead and work some of it out for you. So we need to find the distance between D and E, so I'm just going to label it up here, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to have the square root of, let's see, x2 would be -3 minus a -5, so I'm going to put a +5 there, squared, plus, I'm going to have a -2 plus 5 here, squared. So that's going to be 2 squared is 4, plus 4 squared would be, what, 16. So it looks like D is going to be the square root of 20. And I'm just going to leave it like that. That's distance DE. Okay. So I'm going to grab a different color here real quick, and I'm going to show that I'm going to mark this as square root of 20. I'm going to show that GH is the same. So GH would be right here. This would be my x1, my y1, my x2, my y2. And so when I plug that into the distance formula, I would have 0 minus a -2, so I'm going to write a +2 in there. And then I'm going to have a 5 minus a 1. So this is going to be a 4 squared plus my 2 squared. Notice that it comes out exactly 20 like the other triangle did. So we're going to try and do about one more here, and then you know the direction that we had head, so I'm sure that you could figure up the last sides and show that they're congruent. And then by side, 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 the triangles would be congruent, therefore the two corresponding angles. By the way, the secret word this morning, watermelon. Watermelon for 2 points. First person to get it to me, it should be watermelon. But let's go ahead and do one more. I'm going to go do HI real quick first. So we're going to have a, let's see, a 1 minus a 0, and then a 3 minus a 5. So 1 squared plus -2 squared, which will be 4 plus 1, which is the square root of 5. So I've got this, the square root of 5. And then this one here, let's do the same thing with E and F. So I'm going to actually I'm just going to label this x1, y1. So I'm going to have the square root and this will be EF. I will have a -3 plus a 2 and a -1 plus a 3. So let's see, that will be a 2 squared plus a -1 squared. So 1 plus 4 is the square root of 5 again. So we're going to say that these two we showed to be congruent. So by side, 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 triangle DEF is congruent to triangle GHI. So therefore by CPCTC, angle DEF is congruent to angle GHI. So kind of a lengthy little problem, but that's how you do it. Mr. Lane signing off from OHS High School. Have a great day. Bye.